Hello, and welcome to another episode of Good Brews, Bad Views. I'm your host, Max, as always, joined by James Thorpe.
Yo.
And Ryan.
Hey, hey.
You don't get a last name this episode.
Yeah, finally.
Right. So for today's episode, we are watching our first, sequel, quote-unquote, with Roger Corman's Death Race 2050. Listeners of the show remember that we watched the remake of Death Race for episode 3, I believe, with Jason Statham. And for this week, we are watching the newly released sequel to the 1975 cult classic Death Race 2000. So this movie's freely available on Netflix. So if you're watching along, cue your video up to 22 seconds in. The Universal logo has just stopped moving, and we'll tell you to hit play when. You guys have anything to add before we get into this?
Not particularly. I'm happy about Hopslam. Tell us about Hopslam right now.
Okay, so
what we're drinking today.
Yeah, we are drinking one of the holy grails of beers, I would say. We're drinking Bell's Hopslam from Bell's Brewery out of Comstock, Michigan. Boasts that the amount of hops in one can of it is equal to 64 cases of your average light beer. And James, what can you say about that, seeing that you just took a sip of it?
Oh, I love Hopslam. Every year we here in Michigan will wait for the day upon which Hopslam starts hitting stores.
Mm-hmm.
People will sprout up on the internet that they saw them at certain locations.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Bigfoot of beer.
Yeah, stores will actually get six. They come in as 6 packs of cans, and stores will break open the 6 packs of cans and sell the cans individually to people.
Yep.
Because it's that hard to get a hold of.
Yep. But we'll talk more about that as we get going.
So I do want to say something.
Oh.
As the person that made you all watch the original Death Race, well, not the original,
The remake.
the original remake. I am a connoisseur of death races.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
As one might say. I've seen
great.
all of the death races, including the direct to movie sequels of
All 3 of them?
Yes, I have actually.
Wow.
They were all on Netflix at one point, and they are all just as bad and fun as you would expect them to be.
I was talking to a guy at work about these, and he said Death Race 3 was his favorite out of those, so I don't know.
I'm trying to remember if that's the one where it's actually more like Mad Max, like they do a.
There is one where it's in the desert.
It's basically like what if the Dakar rally race through the desert also had guns and destruction in it?
Okay.
It's actually a lot of fun.
Interesting.
This one,
Second one has Sean Bean in it.
well, yeah,
That's about all I can say about the second one.
people
The
gotta
second one
die,
will be a
yo.
prequel.
yeah, people gotta die exactly. This movie grabs you right from the very beginning, and
This
the
2050?
2050 is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, Max,
All right. So if you're watching along, hit play now.
it begins.
Nope, not
Nope,
yet.
because Ryan can't
Oh.
operate a button.
Because the thing is not in the right spot. All right, everybody,
Okay,
false alarm.
Back to 22 seconds.
Yeah, ready?
Hit play
You guys ready?
now.
Ah.
Ryan, that's like the third time that's happened. That's going on the GBBV drinking game.
Yeah. Well, now I have a reason to do it.
So
You can't purposely do it.
this is one of the movies that Ryan cannot say that he saw in the theater.
I know, because it just didn't go to the
You would have seen this in the theater, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all would have. I watched this the day it came out on Netflix.
So something that Max and I both managed to say at the same time on the ride over here is that within the first 5 seconds of Death Race 2050, we've seen more colors than in all of Jason Statham movies
Right.
combined.
Yep.
And what does that say? Insatiable but not addictive?
Yep.
On the popcorn?
Malcolm McDowell has aged wonderfully to becoming the corporate villain in the dystopian future movies.
Yeah.
I was watching Tank Girl earlier this week, not for the podcast, just because I'm trash.
Yeah.
And he plays the villain in that, and it's wonderful.
I'd like to see that movie. Did anyone else? Okay, so Kayla and I had the immediate response like, I didn't know Steve Martin was in this movie. I mean, Jesus, the last piece of garbage we watched had Jerry Lewis. I don't know what's going on with the classic comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that guy's jackets are supposed to be an homage to the great hockey commentator of Don Cherry.
Yep.
or
Hockey
not.
night, it's hockey night in Canada.
Yeah, but I hope so.
He does have some impressive jackets.
That's an amazingly bad hot dog prop.
That was
Yeah.
great. I would hang that up in my basement right now if I owned one.
It'll go right next to your big sword.
Big squad.
Yeah. But this movie looks like it was made for about $45.
Yep. All the effects were done in, I don't know, Microsoft Paint? Probably.
Yep.
And I love that all the fast cars shots are just...
Sped up.
Yeah,
camera footage.
well, yeah, just, all right, we'll pull some frames out and
Tim Burton would be proud of these fast car shots.
yeah,
Max.
undercrank it. Oh, it's so garbage.
Extremely convoluted religion.
Mhm.
So we have Tammy, one of the first of the 5 drivers. It's interesting that the drivers here, Frankenstein's a callback to the original, but for the most part, they're all brand new
Yeah,
as far as his competitors.
Yeah, like actual racer brands and characters and stuff.
Yeah. But all socially relevant.
Mm.
Like, watching this movie was made in 2016.
yeah.
In about half an hour,
Yes.
Yeah.
somehow equating to 90 minutes. Well, we all saw this coming.
Yep.
Bang! You notice
It's
that
like some
90%.
Sharknado
yeah, exactly.
effects.
About 90% of the crowd shots are all the same people every time.
Yeah.
What is he talking into? Is that an oil can? That looks like just an upside down Pennzoil thing.
I do appreciate that they never attempt to explain her religion at all and just let her spout stuff the whole time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's a lot of fun.
I love the way this chick plays this news anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Just the real breathy, just blonde idiot thing going on. It's great.
It reminds me of Cowboy Bebop, where they had
Yeah.
the bounty hunter show where they would announce the new bounties. I can't remember what it was called, but the 2 hosts remind me a lot of that show. So,
Mhm.
but this killing of the pedestrians, that's back from original Death Race.
Mhm.
Something Roger Corman said that the remake with Jason Statham clearly missed out on
Right.
pedestrian killings and relevant social themes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a little bit of social theming in Statham's one about just kind of the, prisons for profit or
Right,
whatever.
and ad space.
And ad space
more,
and stuff
more
like
of
that.
the satire, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no satire in it
Yeah.
for the most
Yeah.
part. It's just a very dark portrayal of it.
Yeah.
She's my favorite racer. By
Minerva?
far.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Minerva.
Minerva's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her co-pilot too.
Yeah.
Chihuahua. That's great.
She has a bit of
Blockbuster sex tape.
I can't think of the actress. She played Mayday, and she was in Grace Jones.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
When this came on the first time, I literally almost fell out of my chair laughing because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Drive, kill, drive, drive.
Kill the white man. Love it. It's awesome.
But when this started happening, that's what made me laugh. Was all of that? Was people just going for
Yeah.
it?
Right. Oh. I like the idea of this interaction here.
Yep.
That this is all second life-ish. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh boy.
It's an interruption.
That's when you
of-
sober up at the bar, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how his VR headset is just a pair of swim goggles.
No,
Yeah.
it's all tanning goggles, I think. Mhm.
The that whole sequence reminded me of the gamer port.
I was going to
Part.
say this
Yeah.
movie has a lot of gamer in it. and
Yeah, it
just
does.
just crazy, almost just psychedelic, psychotropic stuff going on.
Yep.
Does that guy have a Mad Max mask on?
No.
He's my favorite part of the movie overall. Jed's
Perfectus?
character, yeah, Perfectus is hilarious.
Perfectus sounds like a Mad Max character.
Right?
Yes, it does.
That that hideous painting on the side of the car is so good.
Oh,
Yep.
it's amazing.
That chin could take some eyes out.
Right.
The
Doing
pause
Bruce Campbell proud.
The pause before he says genetic engineering is great.
Mm.
And the faux marble helmet is great too.
Right.
Yep.
This guy loves hamming up this role in just the perfect ways. I just love how he acts it.
Yep.
I mean, this whole movie is just a load of garbage and over-the-top nonsense, but he does it so well, I think, for the purposes of this film.
Yeah. I really kind of wanted them to make a big joke out of the old or the other death races and have the mask for Frankenstein be a Jason Statham mask.
That would have been awesome.
But
that's how we feel about montages for the most part here.
But doubting Frankenstein?
That's some TV infomercial level quality stuff.
Descriptors mean it's true.
yeah.
So Perfectus here just in his undies.
Yep.
What is that thing? Can anyone identify the normal household object that they're probably talking into?
A bunch of rhinestones with one of those like fuzzy pink pen endings on top.
Right.
Yeah, and just some metal tubing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They look like antennas that have been extended. Telescoping antennas.
Well, it's whatever trash they could find to make this rest of the sets for this movie.
Of course. So how do you say this actor's name? We haven't seen his face yet, but is it Manu Bennett? The guy who plays Deathstroke.
It's Manu. And spoilers, by the way, Ryan.
Oh, Jesus.
Spoilers.
It's coming in 10 seconds.
No, not him. That he plays Deathstroke.
Oh.
Well, now you guys know. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That season of Arrow happened, 3 years ago?
Yeah, for all those of you that are 6 years behind on Arrow,
I haven't watched a single episode
GBBV
of
sincerely
Arrow.
apologizes.
Yeah, but season 2 of Arrow is goddamn incredible, so please watch it if you haven't.
I like the Abe, just subplot that happens, because you know it's coming, but at the same time, it just is, they play it up so ridiculous, they keep showing him on the screen off somewhere else in the country.
Right. Blue shirt crowd guy is in there a lot. Those crowd shots.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Octave on Crema.
That's a bit on the nose there.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if the nose is where it's on, but, whatever. It's weird. I'm noticing now that the green screens in the beginning of the movie are, believe it or not, way better than later in the movie. You'll see some distinct, haloing around the outlines of people, and especially their heads. It gets worse. I don't know how that's possible.
It's probably because they ran out of money as the movie went on.
That was great. Lightning McQueen. So if he looks down in that mask, he just punches himself in the chest.
Right?
Pretty much.
Yes, he does.
Real racers don't look down.
That's true. No! Frankenstein waits for no one.
I like that. That's clearly not something that would do anything on a car like that.
Yep, right. Blah, blah, blah. And better conversation.
Yeah.
And potential weapon use of poo throwing.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate that they bought into how ridiculous the cars are in Death Race 2000 and really played up with that in this too.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to the Statham one where it's just
they twisted metal cars.
You can recognize what they are, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mustang is clearly a Mustang.
Yeah.
The Ram is clearly a Ram.
Yeah, they do different purposes with it, so but it really separates out the two takes on the franchise in a lot of ways.
Yes. That and the color.
Well, yes, that and the color.
Speaking of twisted metal, that's a video game franchise I'm surprised hasn't been tapped by Hollywood yet.
Hey, don't give them any ideas, Ryan.
Man can hope.
Yeah.
I'm never going to let the dream die.
It's a bag.
Frankenstein learned something.
I love that. But he keeps the bag.
Yeah, right.
Instead of throwing the bag over in total, he just empties it all out.
Holy chairman's hair.
So all the co-pilots are just dead Jedi, apparently, in this movie?
Pretty much.
Brigade Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. If you notice, he drives down the ramp, but everybody else drives up the ramp to get to the starting zone.
Frankenstein follows
No, they don't. They drive They drive up the ramp to leave.
If you watch the sequence at the start, though, at least
I'm not rewinding this movie
yeah,
again.
at least Tammy's driving up when they first show her car.
Driving her up closer to God, probably.
Yeah, probably.
We skipped over it earlier, but I like when Frankenstein, when he's asked about Perfectos, he's like, he's got good hair.
Yeah,
Right. The United Corps. Yeah, this satire is becoming too real, folks.
that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
I know, but damn. This monologue is just great. Like, it's really great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
He's got the big flag,
Yeah.
the wrong flag, by the way.
yeah, isn't that the finish line flag?
It's the
It
finish
is,
line flag.
yeah. We can't just be waving around a gun. That'd be too just blasé or bland.
Blah, blah, blah.
And the music already is great
It's
in this
it's-
movie. I love the music in this movie.
I love it because of how terrible it is, because it is just perfect bad 90s skateboarding video game music.
Hey, you leave Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
No, I said
Alone.
bad. That game had
Oh,
an
okay.
incredible soundtrack.
Yeah.
You watch your tone.
It fits with the rest of the movie though, because it's just
Yeah.
it's so again over the top music that it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's such a bizarre computer model. Why would it look like that?
I don't know.
Do you got?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, too real movie. I'm gonna be saying
Too
that
real.
a lot. Commenting on the beer
Mm-hmm.
because you guys, I like this a lot, and I
It's
don't.
so hoppy. It's hoppy, but it's not bitter,
That's
which is different
doing
than
it
a
for
lot
me.
of IPAs that you've drank and then just express your displeasure about.
Yeah.
Mild displeasure. I'm just happy to be doing this with you guys and drinking beer.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do you guys enjoy
that's
the formerly whatever names?
Oh,
under
they're
everything?
hilarious.
I thought that was really
Yes.
really well done.
Did you guys catch the renaming of Detroit? It's shown a couple times, or maybe at least once.
But
But
I
we'll get
did,
to
but I
it.
can't remember off the top of my head what
Yeah.
it was, because they give an overhead of the United States and they.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite bad effects shots in this movie involves those stupid drones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But that's just because reverse is broken.
Yeah.
Reverse is just slow forward.
Oh, and this is
I like
Just-
this Mario Kart-esque shortcut.
yeah. This Rainbow Road littered with body parts.
Yep.
Somebody saw the scene where in Batman Begins where he
Begins.
drives on the rooftop and was like, I want that in this movie.
That's actually real popular. Doesn't that happen in like The Dark Knight as well? You know, driving off the top floor of a parking structure through the
That's the
concrete
first one.
barricade.
That's the
Batman
first
Begins.
one.
Is it the first one?
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
And then the cop
Batman-
looks up and he's like, he's driving on rooftops.
Perfectus. This guy cracks me up.
Yeah. Just pulling the car to the
Yep.
side.
Despite there being a winch.
Yeah.
Right. The extremely inefficient of alternating one arm at a time in order to
Yep.
pull.
Yeah.
I didn't catch what any of those said on the
No.
hillsides.
This
We'll do
freak
some
out
A+.
is so
Did
good.
is there a bee in his helmet?
Yep.
Frankenstein's got a bee in his bonnet.
We'll do some screen caps after this to catch all the little stuff we
Yeah.
missed in the
Yeah.
background. He's man pretty.
You know, quality of this movie aside, Manu Bennett has one of those voices. I could listen to him say anything. I love the way the guy sounds, the way he talks. It's awesome. Total man crush on his voice.
I also like that he complains the mask is itchy. Here's one of those screens you're talking about. Like you can see the little bit of halo.
Oh, this isn't the bad part.
No, that gets worse. Yeah.
But yeah,
well, we're probably going to get more drunk as this episode goes on because of this beer. Like, usually we drink one or two through the powers of editing in the podcast, but for this one, we're only going to probably be drinking one because, well, one's all you need for this.
That's so good though. Nice Windex and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna go nerds. It's got electrolytes.
Yeah.
Just Gatorade Frost.
Yeah.
Was that a? I didn't catch what animal that
It
was.
was like a bear.
It's a bear.
Just government goons. Why do the TVs have to be floating weird like that?
It's the future.
It's
The future.
No, Detroit.
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 There it is.
Nice.
Nueva York. Upper Shitville. Formerly Baltimore. This was an interesting kind of thing that the car's just like pleasing her the entire time.
Well,
And I'm like, okay.
I mean a potential convergence of self-driving cars and having extra time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's just upset with her coffee?
Yep.
This is great. This is the thing I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's clearly just like
Just some birdemic level attacks.
that's
Just comes in
incredible.
and slaps one on the side.
Kind of like Salma Hayek almost.
Yeah.
Yep. Birdemic level dismemberments in this movie.
There we go. The overlay of these two characters into the other sets of the screens just really adds to the TV effect that they
Yeah,
go on.
yeah.
I really appreciate that these two are never really shown at actual size until the very end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. New Jerusalem.
Was one of them call center or something or other?
Yeah.
Call center territories. I feel like had this movie had a bigger budget, that'd be Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I'll be alright with that. I'm a huge fan of Michelle Rodriguez.
I know.
Both-
You won't stop talking about her in Resident Evil 1.
Both for the roles that she tends to play in, I just kind of got a crush on her. It's totally fine.
I like that she has a gavel. Like, it's
How
not a hammer,
cute.
it's just an actual gavel.
He's a big Hannibal Lecter fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obligatory apocalyptic future mask thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like this guy. Committee time.
I don't know. What did he say?
Well, I guess I can't not disprove that.
Well.
Yeah.
Disprove that.
Ooh. It's almost as bad as being podcasters for fun.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Hey.
Almost. Hey. Mm-hmm.
I like the nice twist on that.
It's one of those things where, like, it sounds ridiculous because it doesn't really work for what they're going for.
Right.
Like, they're giving them, give us liberty and give them death.
Yeah.
I thought it was or give them death. Oh, never mind.
She says or give them death, but they're trying to do both.
Right.
All of
We're
the money
approaching Mad Max levels of people on cars.
Yeah. All of the money was spent on renting that Humvee.
Right.
Yep.
Dude, I'd want to go to the bar with Chihuahua. That
Yep.
seems like the night of a lifetime.
Hanging out with Nerva would be pretty cool as well.
Hell yeah, I would. Yeah. This is great.
The
Fans just piling in the streets.
Yep. There must be some great concerts.
I bet.
the rivalry between her and Tammy is fun.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
I enjoy it.
Jihad for Jimi Hendrix.
Sniped.
So Tammy's is like the cult of the American icons.
Yeah.
That guy's huge.
Yep.
Her co-pilot.
I don't get the rocks on the side of the road that they show the whole time. It's like a weird addition
Yeah,
that they bothered to put in.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
Beijing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Biscuit. Biscuit Planet Incorporated. Was it formerly West Virginia? Is that what that was? That's amazing.
Yep.
As long
Looking
as
bored.
Meth City would be too on the nose.
Yeah.
Holovision. That sounds futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially because it has a hyphen in it.
Right.
Yes.
Blah, 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 broadcast voice.
What does it look like?
Menacing glare.
Yeah.
Have you ever just thought about your legs?
Yeah. Just pushes over.
The helmet design is odd
For her or
Yes.
for him?
for her.
Yeah.
You know, I it makes sense that they picked Hardy because of how he's a bit more of a character, but after watching this and hearing his voice, he could have easily slid into the Mad Max role.
Yes.
Manu could have.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
would have fallen more into
The Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson kind of style.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd have been on board with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gigantic, like he's really jacked.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and Gibson in those early movies is much more.
Well, he's very, very young.
Yeah,
those
he's very
movies.
sly, both.
He is also.
I think he
Sylvester
probably just
Stallone.
suffers from not being
Yeah,
an
he's-
established name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Hardy makes sense. I love Hardy in that movie.
Yep.
don't
Oh
get me
yeah,
wrong.
for sure.
Yes.
He's
Yep.
interview splaining.
Yeah. Totally. Ooh, that got deep.
Yep. I did
Yeah.
like this character building that you get between the two of them in this scene.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some of that in Statham Death Race, but that was mostly off the track,
Yes.
Right.
really.
Yep.
And it wasn't ever really between Chase, I believe her name was, or Case, or whatever the
Yeah.
female driver.
No, it was between him and
like his crew,
his crew. Yeah.
as opposed to him and his navigator.
So we've done 2 movies with Ian McShane in them, at least. Those Hercules
We have,
and Death
yeah.
Race. Yeah.
Hercules, Death Race, and
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Bon Voyage.
that's what happens when you approve Betsy DeVos to the head of
Pretty
education.
much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe I miss the nuance later, but I can't tell if this is Frankenstein's conscience or if he's actually being serious about his reasoning here.
It's his consciousness. In the original Death Race, there's something with that where they wheel out geriatrics at the hospital to get
Yeah.
hit by cars, and he said runs over the hospital staff.
Yes. Yeah. It's a callback.
Cool. That's such a cool voice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jed, get on the board.
The
Perfectus.
watching him there popping up like that really calls back to they made an even more ridiculous version of the guy from the Hunger Games, basically, is what they went for.
Oh, yeah, Stanley Tucci's character.
Tucci's
Yeah,
character, exactly.
Well, it was kind of funny. I was reading about this movie, and Corman got this idea for this movie after someone brought up the similarities between the Hunger Games and the original and Death Race.
Okay.
So and then he was like, "Well, you don't have the satire and the pedestrian killing in that remake." So then he was like,
Yeah.
sequel." I like how the voice sounds alike from the car in Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Oh,
Parkour.
we got more combat extras
Parkour.
on set.
Yeah. I do like that you can look and you can clearly see the go-kart engine in the back of the car
Yep.
on this in this scene.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Singers scream, says
Mhm.
the caption.
Look at that wig.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty fantastic.
I like that insert of the random guy.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Time for some ladies.
We're working on getting
cracks
something
me up.
like that for the podcast.
Starts dancing in his little inner tube. The inner tube is what sells that scene
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
wonderful. The light window. Well. Abe, you
Like the random emojis.
Yeah.
squirrely motherfucker.
That
Just making yeah.
the You Got Mail was just a little bit, I don't know. It's too dated.
Churls. 10 points. 10 points. Approaches
2
menacingly.
weeks. 2 weeks.
Whenever they show the front of the car, you can see that there's been damage to the front of the car.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right there.
Yep.
Genesis machine.
This is a really awkward
Yeah.
camera angle right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ooh.
a brutal where they
That-
rip her
yeah.
face off.
Looks terrible because of the effects, but
yeah.
in theory, that could have been terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes, it could have.
Nick Cage and John Travolta would be proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having an existential crisis here.
Yep.
Yep. He just drives the other way.
Yep. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Who is your guys' favorite? Ryan, you're pretty sold on Jed Perfectus because of the hair.
His acting, yes.
Yeah.
But probably the hair.
James, do you have a favorite?
I'm down with Minerva just because the
She's
song
great.
is so ridiculous.
Yeah, when we get to off the track Minerva, I'm like, I like that. It's obvious that they've got track personas versus real life
Yeah.
personas. You know, not unlike the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
This is that scene right there where he does the too much wind thing.
Mhm.
That's where at the beginning of the movie I was like, is he supposed to be Trump?
Yep.
And then when he did the too much wind joke, I was like,
Yep.
yep, that's it.
I like that guy's voice too.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
Where my hazard prey,
Ow.
dog? That's yikes. Look at Jed's face.
He's more chin than man.
yes, he is.
To me, I feel like he's buff Alan Tudyk in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I will give you that.
I cannot identify this woman's bizarro accent.
Eastern European.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like Melania Trump-ish.
Hmm.
I like that steering wheel
His
is
face.
is clearly not connected to anything.
Yeah, it's shifting like all over the place.
The double formerly there is good.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
good.
Preach it, Chiwop. She's killing it there with the strategy.
There we
Again,
go.
we're getting Mad Max Fury Road in this.
Yeah, we are. Get a little bit.
It's more like Mad Sheila.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to get a hold of that.
yeah, we do.
Oh, this beer is so good.
Yep. Yeah, apparently there's subreddits that track where this beer is available.
It's like the Pappy Van Winkle of beer.
Mm-hmm. And it's, Bell's is, the biggest Michigan brewery, and they ship to 31 states, I believe. And this thing is still hard to find, to the point when I see Bell's, like, pictures of, like, the shipment's off to Oregon or Colorado. I'm like, damn you! But good for you, Bell's.
Yes.
You're successful, and
Yeah,
people
bravo.
should be able to experience your beer.
Keep up the good work.
Yep.
Thank you, Bells.
Yeah, Minerva's on the board.
Yep. Whee!
Checkpoint. Message for you, sir.
Yeah.
I feel like if Bruce Campbell was like 20 years younger, he could have been in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some good Perfectus hair right there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Boy, that poor son of a bitch and his facial structure.
Mm-hmm.
This is, wow.
Yeah.
So much going on with Tammy here.
Family of the Scored. That was a interesting little demeanor for the people who've been killed in the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's clever.
Yeah.
That's an interesting outfit she has on.
Yep. Generally, I just love her aesthetic.
Yeah, it's great. She's got a bit of like Gaddafi in her almost with some of the outfits.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a
I
myth.
like- She's doing a great job of just the rarely blinking, disingenuous, locked stare.
Mhm.
Yeah. This
Also
whole sequence here where he's laying there
Yeah.
drinking a martini, getting massaged is perfect.
It's the dream.
Blah, blah, blah. I love this.
This is a great sequence.
Just I love that.
I love that insult.
Couldn't they engineer you any clothes?
Let me just extend my microphone.
Yeah. And Perfectus's face, like he has no idea what just happened.
Yeah. I'll drink your tears. It's just it's his facial expressions. They're so great.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like he's channeling. I had this thought when I was
Formerly
just
Dubai.
Yeah.
right. I feel like the guy playing Perfectus is channeling Zoolander for a lot of this.
I could see that. I'll give
Or
you
just
that.
Ben Stiller in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
No, it makes me bleed my own blood.
No one. That's dodgeball. Oh, Laura. You beesh.
I'm sure Ford's thrilled that they have a little Ford logo at the back of this.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one at Ford is watching this movie.
Probably not.
That's a very out of focus, but yeah, it's like they set up a
Yeah.
scene in the Henry Ford during the off hours.
Yeah, I think clearly this is at a museum of some kind.
Yeah. This is where they all practice their evil maniacal laughs.
I don't
Yes.
see any food on that table. Oh, I guess maybe some fruit in that guy's glass.
This whole sequence with how ridiculous everything looks is a great play at how over the top they really want this whole movie to feel.
Yeah. I feel like the scene could have been better at the beginning, though.
This scene at the would have been better at the beginning.
Yeah, because it's just a whole bunch of exposition. I'm like, we know what the death race is, you know?
Right, but he's trying to change it over and get rid of death race is basically what he's doing now.
Oh, he's using it as a reason to get rid of Frankenstein. I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a Frito on a fork?
Yep.
I hope
I
so.
like this $5 Terminator scene.
Yes. I don't know what a mini butane torch is going to do for him at this point, but
You know,
Yeah, I was a little-
science and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. There are 2 engineers on this show, and we're both confused.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, we can agree on some things.
The future, where you can get holograms even in the shower.
yeah.
I like the idea that she wants to sing to cover it up, but I mean,
She's still
the
saying
lyrics
those
are
words.
pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So there's technology to have a hologram, but not a hologram in color?
Nope.
I'm confused.
It's the low budget bathroom edition.
Mm.
So they
I
had
see.
President Malcolm McDowell.
They did.
Bed Bath and holograms?
Yes.
This is a great scene.
John Dentata.
I like that movie. Teeth? I liked it. This is an actual torture device that was a real thing.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I do wish for that scene is that they would have made a homage to Spaceballs and had her be on a screen and like look down.
Yeah.
Yes. My beard was getting K-Razzie. You wasteful trash.
Mm-hmm. I like it. That was the music choice for when she turns the stereo on.
That's the only bit of music that comes on through the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no budget for any actual real songs.
No, I love. That's what I'm saying. I love the
Yeah.
fact that that's the only thing. I think that it's like speaks to how ridiculous this whole universe is supposed to be.
Mhm.
Right.
This scene of her jumping around on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if this movie had a bigger budget, it would be starring Jason Momoa, and that'd be Ryan Gosling.
I agree.
Yeah.
That might be just because I watched Drive last week.
Oh, such a good movie.
You know-
Love Drive.
Did you guys notice that the magazine that he's reading is named Inside Guys?
I did not. That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, they really play up the whole like homoerotic nature of
Right.
Perfectus.
Well, yeah.
But that magazine, when I noticed the name of it when I was watching, made me like again chuckle out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Look when Job's reading Poof magazine.
Yeah.
Arrested. Pretty bland hotel
The
room.
cheapness of this set angers me.
A subtle thing when she takes the map from him,
Mhm.
he leans his head down into his hand, like, "Oh God, come on!"
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And because your overly
So you're
large
seeing some
t-shirt
of the-
offends me.
Right.
The lighting haloing going on
Yep.
right
So
now.
look at, like around his eyebrows and forehead, and
And her-
that's
her in
so
general.
bad.
Yeah.
Gross. Steve Martin probably gets plenty of action otherwise.
Yeah.
The chairman, what a jerk. He looks like Steve Martin.
You're going to jail for that.
Yeah. Be ashamed of yourself.
Will they have Hopslam in jail?
No.
Tell me yes. Oh.
Bush Light.
Oh, no. Well, just give me the chair.
Okay, so he's laying on bed. This whole scene, like where she messes with his arm, what's she doing here? Did you
I
guys
know,
pick up on that at
she
all?
pulls out like an Allen wrench and pokes something, and then it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing maintenance on himself.
Yeah, I don't.
It's maintenance.
I guess she was. No, that's what Perfectus does.
Right.
Was she just trying to be nice all of a sudden out of the middle of nowhere? Because I mean,
Well, she's trying to get in good with him so she can use him for her revolutionary deeds.
yeah,
It actually looks like a dentist pick.
It does
when
look
they're
a dentist
poking your
pick,
damn
yeah.
gums.
yeah.
You should floss more. You should quit stabbing my flesh.
You've got some blood and gore cooked up in between your wires here.
Right.
Yeah.
Need to regularly clean that after each meal.
No. I've got other mechanical parts that are also not working at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've been had, lady.
No. This.
Yikes.
Yikes.
50 Shades of Tammy going on
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
There'll be no kink shaming in this movie.
Nope. I like that he has farmer garb.
I was
on
just
when
going
he
to say,
does
Yeah.
it's flannel time.
that. Yep.
Well, they're in the Great Plains, I assume at this point. So
Oh, they're
Yeah.
pretty good planes. Yep. We've all
I
been
want to
there.
say that was unintentional
Yeah.
and they just kept going.
Which would be great.
Yep. I think most of this movie's unintentional.
Yeah. Budget unknown.
Yeah. Budget was a 4-letter word for this movie.
My back is killing me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For those of you keeping track, that's the day after day one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Red Zone Rally.
Again, Perfectus doesn't have enough clothes on.
Right.
These two play their characters perfectly.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Which is something that you really shouldn't say in a movie like this.
Right.
But those two just nail exactly what they're supposed to be.
Right.
You can already tell that this is going to be one of those movies that, we have trouble finding faults with, other than it's made for $10.
Right.
Yeah. I like that whole sequence. You're not pretty.
Yeah,
It's not
you're
a physical thing, but you're not pretty enough. And the finger motion right
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Whoops. Oh no. That pedestrian is dead.
I don't know why they cut back to the pedestrian there to show him again.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, it's a second. Wal Martinique. I love that name.
It's
Yep.
great.
It's so good.
Also that it's in Arkansas.
Yes.
Nothing against Arkansas. Just
Well,
So
I don't know.
So yeah, the two announcers they remind me of the show Big Shot in Cowboy Bebop.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even like that banjo opening for the second day.
Yes,
fits
that
with
nails it.
'cause that's how it always shot.
Yep.
Started.
Yeah, Minerva. Get it.
Ooh.
I love the
Even
just
like
his
his dialogue snippets are very Mad Max as well.
Yeah.
You just no.
well, I like the exasperation in his voice there.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
come on. Look at those fire effects, guys.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Very
go.
60s Batman.
Yep. The physics of this scene don't make any sense, by the way.
Please laugh or please clap.
Like, he's driving
Yeah,
forward.
and
so
they're
why
standing
are
still.
they standing
So that's the
still?
world. This is a lightning fast winch, apparently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A duck.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Smells like barbecue sauce and bed sores was great.
Yep.
Oh, and very, very fake muzzle flashes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to open up this canopy.
Also, we're doing like 90 miles an hour, and apparently there's still no wind.
Yes.
Yep.
You couldn't. $15 to buy a fan.
I like how they cheered the gratuitous butt shot
Right.
Yep.
as they shoot buckshot.
Yeah, it's holding a car, but I'm gonna, dislodge it with two of my fingers.
Yep. No problem.
Yep, this is totally fine.
Well, that car's made of cardboard, so
Yeah.
it's not really in that deep.
Whee!
Yeah. They really love fake intestines in this movie.
They
Yeah.
do.
They go for those a lot.
It's because you can do a lot with a little.
True.
Mm.
There's a lot of space in that car.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Oh
great.
man,
I want that suit.
Yeah.
a cow jacket.
Yeah.
Go well with your cat tie.
Yeah, it would. Dairy Dan with the cat tie. That's great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all need to kill
They're
some.
really playing with those.
Yep. Yep.
Make it a little less urban.
No.
You got something with a banjo?
Yeah.
That was great.
Guess Arcana.
Yes, sir.
Roatia.
Police is a great name.
And then new carcinogio.
I like hello, madam.
Yeah. Talking to the wooden.
He's
Indian.
become Senor Card Gauge.
It's in our card gauge.
Abe's my favorite.
It's Abe.
Did you see the
Audible
Abe-
log, wah wah. ha.
Wah wah wah! Yeah.
That gas station is closed.
Oh God, I'm in an of Montreal music video.
Yeah.
And it does look a little bit like, again, Meet Pakistan. Like some of those gamer scenes, like in the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Second Life, but that's what it's a parody of.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the level that they take these jokes to are so absurd.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's great, though.
Tammy looks like a cheerleader from American Gladiators.
Yes,
Didn't have
yes, she does.
cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would look like, though.
Who wants?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, you could ask these questions to like before any sporting event, I think,
Right.
and you'd have the same amount of enthusiasm.
Yep.
That being said, I'm currently marinating chicken wings
Mm.
overnight with bells too hard.
Dude, I don't know. I'm going to eat them wings.
The chicken wings thing was great.
I didn't
really
notice
do
they
love
laid out and said
It's
Tammy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Karma's a bitch.
Oof.
It's like the Prince symbol.
Mm.
Yeah.
Imitating gunshots.
Yes. I like that Minerva's little logo of her face for her point score is her shouting. Yeah.
And Abe's is a circuit board.
Yeah. He's so frustrated with the world. It's
Yeah.
amazing that they have him in this.
Just
in this.
so angst.
Yeah. I mean, he could be writing emo songs with how angsty he is right now.
Mhm.
I like this scene.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just the absurdity of what she sees.
Yeah. Yep. Playing with
Oh.
a butterfly.
A kitten playing with a butterfly. Come on. Come on. No.
To add to my list of had this movie been made with a bigger budget, that Annie would be played by Sammy Turner, I believe her name is.
Sammy Turner.
No, that's not right.
Are you trying to say the girl from that plays Sansa?
Yes, Sophie Turner.
Sophie
There you go.
Turner.
Sophie
yeah.
Turner. Yep.
And Jean Grey
Yep.
in X-Men Apocalypse, which is not a good movie.
No. Good special effects, but
Yeah.
that's not anything to base a
it
movie
didn't.
on.
It didn't live up anywhere near to First Class or even Days of Future Past.
But yes, Sophie. That would be Sophie Turner. Where it's
Right.
a bigger budget movie.
I agree. A can of red.
Yes. Everyone loves. Nope, he's more of a blue guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the chairman drinks blue.
Yeah.
Just like the road scenery projected onto
Yep.
the screen behind them is just so bad.
Straight out of Airplane.
Yeah,
It's
this is
not even at the same scale as the car.
right.
'Cause, I mean, they're taking up the whole road in this.
It's like an SNL skit.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe they're driving a
It's-
Canyonero. 4
Yeah.
yards long, 2
Canyonero.
lanes wide. Genuine symbol of American pride.
Canyonero. I love it. I feel like he and John Wick have some things in common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys notice the subtle like robot noises every time he moves his right
Yeah.
arm?
Yep.
I gotta hand it to him. They really do keep that up through the whole movie.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been very easy just to show on that one Empire Strikes Back scene when they show his hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, Roger Corman,
Welp.
producer of all the Death Race movies that we've done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exposition, character building.
Yep.
How are you guys liking the beer?
Yeah.
Well, ain't much left. That tells you anything.
Yep. Well, this is a pretty short movie, so
Yeah. No, I will
You
never.
gotta keep pace.
I will always go for some Hopslam.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. There was, I hadn't heard of this till you guys said we were going to do it for this episode. But as soon as I started asking people about it, they're like, "You don't know Hopslam?" I was like, "Oh God, geez, no, I don't." But apparently, it's popular.
yep.
Jad.
More Perfectus.
Shit, yeah.
Just always
Too
dragging
expensive
it
to
back.
show that, so
Yep.
they just cut away.
I like that he slaps his own hand there. 1%tonia.
Yep.
Fuck the red zone.
Haha, take you out the Hail Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of car gets stuck on hay?
Right. And what kind of road gets blocked by 3 tiny bales of hay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get off my car, asshole! I was screaming. I played the Mad Max game a bit again this week and had that happen a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Get the
It's a
fuck
good
off
game.
my car! Oh man, she actually lives her music,
She's
man.
got to go in
That's
slow
deep.
forward now, right? Or
Yep, slow
next.
forward.
No!
Chee-wop now!
The chorus singing at this. And his running motion.
Yeah.
With his low crotch pants.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Oh.
Oh. Chee-wop parts.
The shoelaces add to that.
Yeah, or the headphones.
Oh, those. Oh, okay. I thought that was a shoe at first.
No, that was the
It
headphones.
had the
yeah.
headphones.
Yep.
Well, that's even better then.
Mm-hmm.
This is the bad paint on these fucking cars.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like those are what?
Freshly airbrushed.
Those are what 6-inch tires.
About. No.
No, I. Why don't you look over there?
See, had he a cat, he would keep a thing of cat litter in the back of his car.
That's true, yeah. I'm going to look your green board.
Mm-hmm. One of the few times they're not just transposed on top of other action in the race.
But that's when they're showing him actually in the studio.
Right.
I like how cheap the interior of that car even looks, too.
Mm-hmm.
They just have wires poking everywhere. Oh, no, ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah, ninjas in a cornfield.
Corn ninjas! Because you'll get caught up
The
in
ninth
the
Children of the Corn movie.
farm ninjas.
Like, I mean, what's the direction for this scene? How do you storyboard this out?
I don't know.
You draw corn, and then you draw ninjas. That's pretty cut and dry. Nip and nip.
Gratuitous nips.
Yep.
Is that a 3D printed shuriken?
I think it is.
Looks like it's made of clay.
Yeah.
Might have been that is just not having this.
No, he's...
So did I miss him getting thrown at him?
Yeah. Capoeira. That's incredible, though.
No, I think that's like a shovel that he was digging his car out with.
Oh.
A tiny shovel head deserves for those tiny tires.
Mm.
They spared no expense on the punching effects in this movie either.
Yep.
I think those were the weapons that some robots had from the prequels of Star Wars.
Yes, that's exactly what they are. Just some glow sticks attached to a...
With some better effects.
Some sparklers attached to a pool cue.
Mm-hmm.
The effects in this movie are actually better than the prequels effects, though.
Oh, yeah. Episodes 1 through 3 look worse than this.
Yes.
Hands down. I'm a little disappointed that ninjas aren't worth more points.
Yeah.
I like, too, that he says resistance ninjas, as if those are a known quantity across the United States.
The only place you can get ninjas.
Yes. As opposed to the government sanctioned ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Government ninjas.
Yep. Really
Mm-hmm.
selling
He's like,
that,
yeah, sure.
selling that portrayal there.
Yeah. So do you think that they bought the seats for these cars from the excess roller coaster cars from Cedar Point when they closed down?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
You get it from Boblo Island. This is
Ooh,
a
a
very
sci-fi gun.
Ooh,
weird weapon.
that's
Got
just
a laser pointer.
It's a pistol with a laser pointer
With
attached to
one
it.
of those cat toy things attached to it.
Yep.
It's just like 3 different flashlights.
Yep.
It also bothers me in this scene that every time it cuts to her, Frankenstein is looking away
Straight
from her.
Away. Yeah. And then he's
But he's always
Looking
looking
at
yeah.
Yep.
Probably because he was tired of getting that flash
Yeah.
shine in his eye.
See, that him grabbing the gun wasn't part of the script. You're just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'll Luke Cage it in a moment here.
I like how it just has like motocross gloves on.
Mm.
Yep. Robot noises.
He's all boop.
Yeah.
Face waterfall.
Yeah. Faced.
Face. He can be menacing when he wants to.
Yep. He plays when he plays Deathstroke, he plays a really good
it's
Deathstroke.
Awesome.
I like
Just
the
great.
visor over the visor that's already on the helmet right there too.
For glare or something.
Probably.
There's some intestines. Whee! Yeah. That guy just makes an entrance again.
Yep.
Checkpoint 2.
In case you forgot about him.
Frankenstein's hair is pretty good right now. When that happened?
If anything, I'll say the last 15 minutes are the weak point of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the ninjas in the cornfield. I distinctly remember checking out at that point the first time I watched this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't care.
Yeah. The insertion of faceless and not important ninjas, not unlike Daredevil season 2 at times.
Hey, you leave the hand alone.
It's
Too
great.
too much of the hand. Too many hands. I only need a couple hands.
Hey, we got to be careful here. I'm the only one sitting close enough for Max to hit.
Yep.
Well, that sounds like a Ryan problem.
It is a Ryan problem. Dude, I'm not gonna stop gushing about how cool his voice is.
Good voice.
Yeah.
You won't stop gushing about his voice to find this nice to appreciate this nice bed and breakfast they found on Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With a mattress that apparently doesn't have sheets on it.
They don't need sheets in the future. That was real acting for about half a second.
was.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Mm. Then I remembered you weren't that monkey we talked about.
Yeah, exactly. It's at this desk and not do anything.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
I need to pout.
Do some
Yes.
maintenance. Work on my live journal.
Wow, live journal. George R.R. Martin has a live journal.
Yes, that is his main way of communicating with fans.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, have you heard about the computer he writes all of his novels on?
No,
It's an antique.
I believe that.
Huh. Where'd she get that jacket from?
Her purse? No.
It's a bag.
Yes. I love this pun. Bechdell's bar.
Yep.
If you're not familiar, the Bechdel test is a feminist test that came up in the early 80s of women's roles in movies, of women being able to have a conversation with another woman about a topic other than men.
Yep.
The most famous winner of the test being the first Alien movie.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, a alternative test known as the Makomori test has arisen, in which a woman can have a full-fledged independent storyline that is independent of the interactions of a man.
Right, because there's a lot of movies that don't pass the Bechdel test, but are actually have strong female characters in them.
Yes.
And there are a lot of movies that have very weak female characters in them, but do pass the test.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and then now we're getting the off-camera Minerva here, which is great.
Yep.
It's very good.
I mean, it's a typical kind of twist on the whole, someone's acting a certain way on camera or whatever.
Yeah.
But I still like that. I mean, I like that they went with it. I like that they have some fun with it here, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I very much like that, in a couple seconds, they ask her, why are you doing this? She's like, I like money.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There you go. Well, shit. I mean, right?
Yeah. This is, I think, the biggest problem with this movie is that a lot of these interludes between action drag on a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this scene's so ridiculous.
Yeah, his facial expressions are totally Ben Stiller.
There you go. There's another one. And that whole sequence there. But
I don't know. I like this interlude better than the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like the first one really drags on.
no, yeah, this one's fine. Once it gets to this point, and the talk between the two of between Minerva and Annie is good too.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole sequence itself just seems to drag. For a movie that is already very short, these sequences feel long.
Yeah. Or the second act, I would say, in general, feels very long.
Yeah.
But then
He's just shaking
the third
the
act
plant.
is the complete opposite, where it feels extremely rushed.
Yes.
Could I want to be on set for when this thing was filmed.
Yeah.
Just randomly destroying a room.
The idea that they just start arm wrestling.
Double
really
hand
funny
arm
to me.
wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Is she wearing bubble wrap? I think Minerva was wearing bubble wrap.
The idea of a man busting into your room and yelling that at you would just be amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Especially if he was just wearing gold underpants.
Yep.
Yep. Gold lame underpants.
Yep.
That's one of my fun.
All his dialogue feels very dated. Like that kind of like punny homosexual dialogue feels very early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah, I think that it's, I don't know, going along with how ridiculous the character is, I think it fits in a little bit more than just like a burly, like strong guy that's trying to be ironic or whatever. It's just a guy who's just so lost in who he is that he has no idea what he's even saying.
Yep.
The choreography for this fight is actually pretty decent too.
Yeah. I go hunt
Oh,
a whale.
shit.
Ow.
That dropped like 17 feet at
Yeah,
the beginning of that shot.
it's, I
like
like when
shooting
he's
a
ripping it out and it's clearly rubber,
Right.
and she doesn't hit him with that at all. She
Mhm.
comes nowhere near close to him. That line feels weird too.
So that was sexy.
Yeah, that feels like a really odd line.
Yeah, because he's portrayed no kind of, I guess, physical attraction to her or anyone else
Yeah.
so far. You know, he had that brief glimmer of like, maybe I would like to have a co-pilot or a
Yeah.
which, if I recall correctly about original Death Race, there's always supposed to be like the co-pilot of the opposite sex to be like a thing,
Yeah.
quote unquote, for dramatic viewership and whatever. So,
But for a guy who talks about her intelligence and all this other stuff, it felt like a weird line that her hitting someone over the back of the head with a fire poker was.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, also earlier when she's just trying to seduce him with like, "Oh, check out my body. I'm such a ditz. Let's bone." And now to see her just be a strong woman who's doing something intelligent, he's like, "Okay,
Okay, you know
No.
what? I'll give you that, Ryan.
good pull,
I
Ryan.
can see
Good
that.
pull.
Yeah.
cockroaches and cats."
Cat people.
Damn cat.
This
Ryan,
movie.
if you're,
This
sorry.
movie's the prequel to Wing Commander.
Oh God. Are we gonna do Wing Commander
It's on our
with
list.
Freddie Prinze Jr.? Oh my God.
But I was gonna say, Ryan, if drinking Hopslam gets those kind of pulls from you on like, oh no, this is the actual progression of Annie. We need to drink more Hopslam more often,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
or just drink more during this podcast.
Fair enough. Fair.
Oh god,
Now, is this the resistance leader?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Is this the resistance leader lady with the gavel?
I think so, because
Because she talks about the resistance in a minute here.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because the first time I'm like, who is this woman?
Blah, blah.
But that like
Yeah.
this is so out of left field, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my Coachella.
That vest.
Damn.
That's a good vest.
It's a good thing we didn't watch this movie before your wedding, James. I would have worn that.
Yeah.
And that tie. Look at the size of that tie.
Nothing outshines cat tie. Nothing.
Nope.
I guess I'm gonna have to actually provide a picture of the cat tie for the website, right?
Yeah, I've got to capture. It's actually your contact photo on my phone.
There you go.
I love that.
Her face right
Yeah.
there. She does it, and his like black eye. Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Another little bit of airplane in there.
Yep.
Yep.
You great, brah.
Yep.
That guy's so gross.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
just hideous. Okay, so for that shot, he only backed up like 3 feet. Did they really need to do the whole traveling screen behind him for that? I don't know.
They struggled to break 80 minutes in this movie.
Yeah, they really did.
That little kid in the audience.
Yep. I do like that is the running, like a slight running joke through the whole movie that Perfectus keeps killing the guy that's the starter or the
official.
ender. Yeah.
Oh, Jedi Witch Lady.
Yep.
New
onomatopoeia.
Technofornia.
Suckerville. Yeah.
People
Suckerville.
Farm.
That's great. You should just say People Farm.
Yeah.
Back to Abe.
Oh, Abe. You look like a Batmobile.
Yeah.
So this
That's
is
actually pretty terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's something
great.
I
The
expect to
sequence there
see
with
out of
the red.
Lawnmower Man.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I was going.
Why would you go there?
That's not where I was going at all. Creepy Spaceship in Space with Sam Neill.
Oh, Event Horizon.
Event
Yes.
Horizon.
Excellent movie.
Yes.
Very good movie. Movie that actually had parts of the film destroyed by the filmmaker because he felt they were too disturbing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a shame. From Paul W.S. Anderson, the guy of the 10 million Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, what happened to that?
What, Resident Evil movies?
No, how did that happen? How do you make Event Horizon and also Resident Evil?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Not to poop on the quality of stuff, but how do you make Mad Max Fury Road and Babe?
Babe's a good movie.
That's why I was saying not to poop on the quality, because they're both really good movies.
Yeah.
But I suppose like that was more like a widely different genre between a director to filmmaker.
Yeah, well, like
Whatever.
the first Resident Evil movie actually isn't bad.
Right.
It's not great, but it's not just not a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah.
The remainder of all of those movies are atrocious.
Apparently, the final one's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, supposedly.
"Quote unquote" final
Just
one.
like how
In the
Michael Bay
name.
said he's going to stop making Transformers
I don't
movies.
believe that.
Oh,
No,
my
They
God.
make way too much money.
Yeah.
The next Transformers movie, The Last Night, has been quantified as one of the least hyped movies of this year.
I didn't hear about it till last week.
Well, there you go.
I appreciate that her helmet's all dinged up, too. Like, it just adds to the whole
Yep.
aesthetic of this movie.
I also like that her helmet matches her mascara,
Yeah.
her eye makeup,
Eyeshadow.
her eye stuff, her lady paint.
Yeah.
Ryan, careful.
Yeah. The first time I watched the movie, I had to do a couple double takes to make sure that wasn't Jamie Presley.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they're doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Mhm. Shift dramatically.
Yes. More shifting.
Shift fast, shift furious.
There you
Oh,
go.
gosh. Oh yeah, he only has one hand. That's why.
Yep.
Wait, then how is he driving this far? Was he just like
He's in one
shifting
gear.
with the left?
It's just it's a single gear.
Yeah,
Just first all the way.
When a car's that small, it only needs 2 gears, Max.
all right. I love it how he cracks his voice when he's
Yeah.
yelling a lot of the times.
Too real movie.
He's so
Sweaty.
awful looking in
Yeah.
this.
It's pretty grim.
Yeah.
Oh boy. He just looks like a caveman.
I feel like that was the intention.
Oh,
for
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to say that, but
No.
now that someone else has, I'm like, okay, yeah. I feel like he was intentionally supposed to look like a.
They spent all their
Neanderthal.
money on that explosion.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, she lives.
It's weird.
Why did she get points for that?
Still killed someone.
Mm-hmm. Just the gloating walk up here.
If Michael
Yeah.
Bay had directed Wonder Woman,
Dude, that's great.
That's too real, Max.
Yeah, that's great.
The tassels on the arm.
Mhm.
Yep.
In the light of Ziggy Stardust.
The chick who plays Tammy does a great job, though, too. Nazi God. I thought this was going to go differently here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought Minerva was going to just crack her in the head with a rock.
Yeah. Or bite her in the neck.
Right.
I do like that Abe comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
It's like Abe.
Same death method.
Right.
Yep.
Wasn't he like a third of the way across the country the last time we saw him?
Yes.
Yep. In Texas or something.
Yep. And Abe with the metal chair, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we sure that's the same actress that was in the bedroom scene?
I'm like mostly sure.
Yeah.
She seems way more dark skinned.
I'm not certain. I don't know. We might have to dissect.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
that was
right?
her.
Because she's
Yep.
getting riled up because they were talking about the spectacle that it was
Yep.
going to be.
I like that the guns on these are really like obviously fake or just missing.
Yep.
I can't, even for this movie, I can't get past how cheap the sound effects are for the weapons in a moment here.
Oh, they're bad.
They're like
We've
NES,
gotten
lifted from
full-on
NES.
Mad Max mode.
Mad
Wah,
Max?
wah.
Ooh, his is gold.
Gold.
Yep. Here's your complaint again about black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I have shows lined up that have trains, planes, and automobiles.
Whoa.
That was a really bad dub.
Yes.
Just listen.
Pew.
Pew, pew.
They got the pew cannon.
It kind of
Yep.
sounds like Defender, the classic arcade game.
A little bit, yeah. There's no gun in that mount.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Oh snap!
Just an
All the
awkward
crosses
line.
in the road or on the sides of the road here are really depressing.
Yeah.
Yep. That just says paintball arena.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Ooh, you bust through that wall.
That gun sounds way too sci-fi for this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why those guys fell off their bikes, but you know.
I don't know. Shockwave?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casually driving.
The cars never look like they're going fast at all in this movie.
not even
Nope.
once.
Nope.
The bikes do.
Yeah.
That's because they're actual, vehicles.
True.
I did like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Carlos.
Weird. That was a weird shot.
Have some sharp cheddar. Dissidents welcome.
I do like the idea of a resistance that is open with their recruiting like that.
Yep.
Oh God.
That's
Literally made of gasoline.
Yes. Wow.
the total asynchronous shot that happened. Land of a Thousand Islands, New Los Angeles.
I was trying to figure out if that was an actual
I think
shot
that is a
something.
shot of LA, but it's just with a blue layer
blue
to
layer
fill
on
up
top
all
of
the
it.
bottoms of the highways.
The other thing that I was thinking, I don't know if that's not New Orleans.
You see the flag?
2005 New Orleans?
Yeah.
You see the flag in the upper left there?
Yeah,
Yes,
with all the dollar
money
signs.
instead of stars.
Perfectus. Eve is just not having this anymore. Ooh.
I like his huge built-up brow.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot a harpoon into the tower and knock it over.
Yep.
Well, duh, violent death. It's death race.
Resistance.
That's like for a movie that is this ridiculous and trying to kind of say some social stuff at the same time. Fixing the resistance felt like a really weird
Move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Annie has grape jam on her face.
I think
Yes, she
they
does.
went with that went with that direction of as a way to show that, you know, the opposing side always doesn't have the best values, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Frankenstein! Oh, he's just hysterical there.
Yeah. One thing this movie doesn't play up that the other movies have is how there's multiple Frankensteins.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of dropped that as soon as they took his mask off.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Man, I'm just gonna kick ineffectually.
So the white outlines are back on the green screen.
Yep.
Ugh.
Him just kicking across makes me laugh. This whole sequence is
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
Why
Where did
the
the chicken? Where did the chicken come from?
Is it Hey? It would make sense. He's an Alan Tudyk lookalike.
I hope that the chicken wasn't planned. That they didn't tell
Why
me
is there a chicken on set?
it. Yeah.
Keep perfect. This is his witness me.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just owning it.
Yep.
That's great. Because suddenly the momentum stops and you just drop straight down.
Yep. Exactly how that works. Those are some weird cheerleader designs. I gotta tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fully appropriated the Dia de los Muertos skull.
Yes, they did.
But if you look closely at a lot of the crowd shots, they are mostly non-Caucasian.
Yeah.
The right's fear come to life.
Yeah.
Whatever, bruh. I like points. And there it is, still keeping up the mechanical whirring of his hands.
Yep.
Vrp, vrp, vrp.
Oh.
You get a lot of points for running over Steve Martin.
1,000 points.
I feel like they should have had him ask which is bigger. I would like to feel the power. Yeah. 1,000 points.
This again, like you said, Max, it feels really rushed out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what are you going for here?
Upon watching this for the second time, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, considering I guess he's pretty much figured out that both the resistance and the government is gunning for him.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just the Hopslam talking. Probably when we finish this episode, we're going to just start going out of the house screaming 1,000 points.
Yeah.
1,000 points.
1,000 points is this movie's Witness Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 point. I kind of wanted him to put the Frankenstein mask back on
Ah.
for that.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
Just to
Yeah.
show that he is faceless, he is the people watching.
Yeah.
This guy that we keep
Which
seeing,
I guess by him putting the VR headset on kind of accomplished that. But sorry, Ryan.
no, it's cool. This guy here, the fan that we keep seeing with the curly hair, he looks very much like Thomas Middleditch from The Final Girls and some other movies, but I don't think it is.
No.
It's a really awkward scene here.
Yeah.
Dude,
That would have been
Yeah.
a great way to end the movie.
And the
was
movie.
like, "Zoom."
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need anything else from this
Yep.
point on.
Then credits.
right? Yeah, they could have swapped how these played out. They could have showed
The
all
rioting,
this crap
then
first.
the...
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
ended on
Sign-off.
Frankenstein. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd go with that, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. We're in a early 2000s punk music video.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The music, the backing track even fits.
Does.
Mhm. Oh shit!
That's some awful
That was
effects right
yeah.
there with the...
So
Where do
is-
those keys go to?
The car?
I don't know.
I don't know if this was what he was going...
No.
Oh, motorbike. If this is what he was going for?
a motorbike. I love this here.
I don't think he was.
No, I don't
He was
think
going
so
for
either.
like, take control of your life, citizens of Gotham.
Yeah.
Not riot and rebel.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it seems like what happened, regardless of what his intent, or regardless of Frankenstein's intent, is that everyone just became addicted to the thrill of
to
killing.
kill.
Yeah.
Thrill Kill, the canceled PlayStation 1 game, fighting game.
Yeah.
That's very
Thrill
obscure.
kill. Wow, that's a deep
Yeah,
pull.
damn.
Holy cow. It's like coelacanth level there, man.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yep.
Look at that bad.
I,
Oh, his mangy dog.
mangy dog.
Hey, my dog.
It's weird there that he's squinting, looking the other way.
Looking away from the
Looking
sun.
away from the sun. Yeah.
Permanent
So-
squint.
Perma squint.
I do like these end credits. Just the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
So
It's like a Rob Zombie video.
Yes.
That guy
Yeah.
sucked live. God, Jesus. Anyway.
So that's Death Race 2050.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, it was.
view again, brew again. James.
Mr. Thorpe.
I'm a Death Race connoisseur, and I don't need to view this one again. There's maybe a few scenes in here like that I'd put on to laugh. I'm very much. I think you and I both have the same opinion on this, Max. That this movie gets progressively worse as it goes on.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I think that's just that they didn't really know where to go with it in some ways.
I feel like they did know, but it kind of just burnt out.
It was her. Yep.
Yep.
Aha.
So,
Nancy Butler.
well, they knew what they wanted to do, but they didn't know how to get there.
Yeah.
Is what I'll say.
Okay.
And brew again. Absolutely. This is. I mean, every year I wait for this time of the year so we can get one or two cans of this and enjoy it. Every once in a while I'll get lucky and happen to be out when they have it on tap somewhere, and that's always a wonderful night.
Yeah.
So
But something I've heard is just as individual liquor stores will price gouge on cans, I've heard of places that have it on tap gouging on pours of it. Like
I
a
wouldn't doubt
popular chicken wings place by us had it on draft, and it was like $10 for 7 ounce.
yeah, see, and that's not. I went to a more local place that had it, and it was. Like it was like $8 or $9 for a full size of it,
That's
which
completely
is
fine.
completely reasonable for an incredibly rare beer.
Yeah.
So,
But Ryan,
I like this in equal measure with the Jason Statham Death Race, but for totally different reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree completely. The first probably 40 to 50% of this movie is really where it's the best at being what it is. But I mean, obviously, it's just a lot of schlock, low budget crap. But there's a lot of good entertainment here. I liked it for what it was for the most part. I'm Team Jed for sure. Brew again, yes, yeah, I like this. And I'm not usually into the hoppy, really bitter stuff, but I like this quite a bit. I would drink this again, and I might actually buy this on my own again. For anyone else
Good
who's
luck.
looking to get,
Yeah.
well, who's looking to get into the hoppier beers, I feel like this should be where you start.
Surprisingly, yeah. I mean, I had a buddy in college who he was more of a whiskey bourbon guy, not much of a beer person, and we were out at a local bar where you could get like a 20 ounce of it for like $6 because the UP is a magical place, and he'd heard us like, oh my gosh, hopslamming like over this beer, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get one. So he got one, and he's like, this is really good. And that kind of started his brief journey into beers. So,
Into Brutum?
yep. But obviously, I will go to great lengths to seek this out, and will pay great lengths to get multiples of it. Like I could have gotten just maybe one or two for the inflated price, but I'm like, no, I need to get enough so we can drink this for Good Brews, Bad Views.
Yes.
There you go.
You've done well, Max.
Yes.
Our taste buds, thank you.
Yep. And
Our livers, not so much.
as far as Roger Corman's Death Race 2050, yeah, I'll gladly watch this again. Maybe the first day, like once
Yeah.
they get to the checkpoint, it really slows down.
Like,
Yes.
I feel like this would be a movie that's one of those things where if you're sitting around with a bunch of people probably drinking beer,
Mm-hmm.
and you could put this on in the background and it would be fine for
Yeah.
most of it.
Yeah.
If you're doing some sort of light social board gaming or
Yeah.
whatever, or something like that.
Crocheting,
I would like to point out that
macrame.
if I remember correctly, Netflix will be the stars that they show are recommended based off of your viewing choices.
Correct.
And Ryan, you have a full star more than I do.
That sounds right.
Movie, so
No, that's totally accurate.
yeah.
Yep.
Netflix nailed it.
Yep.
Good job, Netflix.
I can't
At
remember
2.
what mine is.
Yeah, two stars, 2 out of 5.
Mine was 1.
I think mine is about the level of Ryan's, I believe. Maybe not
mm.
full 2, like 80% of a second star.
Okay, mine
But-
was a straight up 1, and I think that's because I share a Netflix account with my wife.
That's
so
probably
I
a
probably
great
can't.
factor.
I probably can't drag
With-
it down
with-
as deeply as the two of you can.
With the Lady
Or,
Thorpe, yeah.
pull it up.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, yeah, I'll watch this again. I'll drink this beer again.
Mhm.
And that about wraps it up for this episode. We're going to go outside and start screaming 1,000 points. 1,000 points. So, as always, please like us on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe on iTunes, all that jazz.
YouTube.
WordPress. Oh, yes, and YouTube. Thanks, Ryan.
Mhm.
One of these podcasts, you'll remember YouTube.
Yeah, one of these podcasts.
It's just like me starting on time, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys later. And as always, please watch and drink responsibly.
So you.
Bye.